The Stranger Things documentary, One Last Adventure, is officially out now, and it's honestly just left the fandom a little bit more pissed off than happy because the behind the scenes on this is kind of mind blowing. This entire documentary is mainly focusing on the creation of season 5, but it does touch on the entire show as a whole. Well, for one thing, this documentary was literally just a documentary. It wasn't anything like a secret episode that was coming out and they were touching more on season 5. So everyone who had theories, including myself, were wrong. So that sucks. And the other thing is, besides being a film nerd like myself and enjoying these behind the scenes and how they created stuff, how fast they made these practical sets, I loved every aspect of this idea of the documentary, but I couldn't stand seeing some of the actual behind the scenes of how they created stuff writing wise and just decision wise. Like, it was just mind blowing to see. During this documentary, they literally said that they didn't even finish writing the fifth season until they started production. So they were currently writing the show as the fifth season was progressing. They had 3 years, though, to write this final season before the production started. That is why it's crazy. They had at least a year and a half to 2 years to get a full on concept of what season 5 was going to look like. And it looks like they only finished like half the season of writing and they just winged it the rest of the way. What? On top of that, this is only alleged because this is just a still frame from the documentary and it's so blurry, it's hard to tell, but it seems as if they have 3 tabs open of ChatGPT, which means that could have been helping them with the writing process along the way as they winged it this entire season. And again, that's alleged, that is not written in fact, but the fact that this is even a possibility because it does look like ChatGPT tabs are open, that is just not a good look based off of how they already look about season 5. And to touch on the good about the documentary is that it's filmed and edited so beautifully to where any fan will actually enjoy it because they like seeing this behind the scenes stuff and everyone's input and just how they created certain stuff because that was just on their mind when you watch the show. Like, how did they do that? They cover a lot in this 2 hour documentary, and I love that fact. Someone who's an absolute film nerd, this was just absolute like grab your popcorn kind of movie, and I really enjoyed that. But we just got a lot of information that did not make things better. I touched on this a little bit, but there's literally a section in this documentary where they talk about the Demogorgons in the final episode and them saying that they're afraid that the fans would have Demodogs and Demogorgon fatigue, so let's just take them out of the finale. How does that what? Anyways, I actually really enjoyed the documentary. I just think it was just a huge eye opener on how they did stuff, and now we just have more answers as to why there was certain stuff about this finale and just the season 5 as a whole, why we didn't like certain stuff. So at least I give kudos to that, but I did really enjoy the documentary. As always, stay true to yourself, and I'll catch you guys later.